Why buyers are more likely to get concessions right now, especially in areas where inventory is rising. Both home builders and sellers are sweetening the deal for buyers with things like paid closing costs, mortgage rate buy downs, and more. In the industry, it's called a concession or an incentive. What are concessions and incentives? When a seller or builder gives you something extra to help with your purchase, that's called either a concession or an incentive. A concession is something a seller gives up or agrees to in order to reach a compromise and close a deal. An incentive, on the other hand, is a benefit a builder or seller advertises and offers up front to attract and encourage buyers. Today, some of the most common ones are help with closing costs, mortgage rate buy downs to temporarily lower your rate, discounts or price reductions, upgrades or appliances, home warranties, minor repairs. So for buyers, getting any of these thrown in can be a big deal, especially if you're working with a tight budget. As the National Association of Realtors says, quote, they can help reduce the upfront costs associated with purchasing a home, end quote. And builders are making it easier to buy as well. It's not just one builder willing to toss in a few extras. A lot of builders are using this tactic lately. As Zonda says, quote, incentives continued to be popular in March, offered by builders on 56% of to-be built homes and 74% of quick move-in homes, which can likely be occupied within 90 days. It's because they don't want to sit on inventory for too long. They want it to sell. And according to the National Association of Home Builders, one of the strategies many builders are using to keep that inventory moving and not just sitting is a price adjustment. Around 30% of builders lowered prices in each of the first 4 months of this year. While that also means most builders aren't lowering prices, it also shows some are willing to negotiate with buyers to get a deal done. This is not a sign of trouble in the market. It is an opportunity for you. The fact that the majority of builders offer incentives and roughly 3 in 10 are lowering prices means if you are looking at a newly built home, your builder will probably try to make it easier for you to close the deal. Existing home sellers are also offering more. More existing homes, one that someone has lived in before, have been hitting the market too, which means sellers are facing more competition. And that is why over 44% of sellers of existing homes gave concessions to buyers in March. And if you look back at pre-pandemic years, you'll see that 44% is pretty much returning to normal. After years of sellers having all the power, the market is balancing out again, which can work in your favor as a buyer. But remember, concessions don't always mean a big discount. While more sellers are compromising on price, that's not always the lever that they pull. Sometimes it's as simple as the seller paying for repairs, leaving appliances behind for you, or helping with your closing costs. And considering that home values have risen by more than 57% over the course of the past 5 years, small concessions are a great way for sellers to make a house more attractive to buyers while still making a profit. The bottom line here is whether you are looking at a newly built home or something a little older, there's a good chance you can benefit from concessions or incentives. If a seller or builder offered you something extra, what would make the biggest difference to help you move forward? Let's talk about it and see if it's realistic based on inventory and competition in our local market. I am David Hittle, doing business at Shop Kentucky Homes LLC, a real estate specialist with United Real Estate Louisville, and I'm here to help get you the best deal possible when it comes to buying or selling a home. That's my job. Let's talk about it now. 502 489 1135.